Hello?
Hey, Myron.
Hey.
How are you? It's Kat.
Good, I'm doing good.
Good. Are you in town?
Yeah, yep, we came up for, we'll be here until just after Christmas, and then we got some shows we gotta do and kind of get back to it.
Fantastic. Wow. Well, we were super excited to hear about your story because we are a radio station right here in Otsego, Plainwell area. And we heard your name and thought, let's talk to him because our listeners love to hear about local folks doing great stuff. So, Myron, tell me your story. Tell me what's the deal. You grew up in Otsego?
Yeah, I grew up right next to the old paper mill,
Okay.
and really just raised on classic country music, like Hank Williams and George Jones and Waylon Jennings, kind of the outlaw country, and the Lefty Frizzell, Roy Acuff stuff. Just a lot of storytelling and a lot of like more traditional country music.
I read an article where you were talking about CCR being kind of, a sound that
Oh
you're
yeah,
into.
yeah. No, I know exactly. That's all I listen to is Cool 101.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Um,
That is awesome.
no, yeah, that's when my mom said she talked to somebody
Todd.
that works down there.
Yeah,
I
Todd.
was like, heck yeah, this is you guys are the only radio station I'll listen to, really.
Oh my gosh, that's great. So where did you go to high school?
Most of it I went to Martin High
Uh-huh.
School,
Okay.
and then the last year and a half I went to Otsego.
Ah, okay. I worked with the drama
But
club there at Otsego for a couple years.
nice, yeah. I never really did very well in school at all, but I
Ti-
got obsessed with music pretty young, and anything else that wasn't music or guess related to that, I had a really, really hard time ever,
Succeeding.
I guess, clearing my head enough to try to want to learn anything else.
Well, that's typical of the creative mind, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, and I remember, so there was this movement around probably 2014, 15, when I was 14 years old. It was like this thing called Americana.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And it was kind of this resurgence of stripped down recording process with accompanied by kind of good storytelling.
Right, right, right.
And I got really sucked into that, but after that kind of went stale on me, Cool 101 was kind of the place I went back to. I had a little Ford Ranger and all over town going back and forth from work to school and stuff. That's all I'd listen to, and that's where I got introduced to a lot of the great soul music, like the Temptations, the Supremes,
Right.
Otis, and also I got introduced to like Chicago and Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and Melanie.
Yeah? Oh my gosh,
Um,
that's awesome.
But and then after I kind of discovered those artists, that's when I really just got even more obsessed with music. I just started kind of looking at who they listened to,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of went through their discographies, and every time I turn on Cool 101, I just kind of I kind of get like a pen and paper ready in case I hear something.
Oh, that's
Um,
so cool. Very cool.
And I hate to sound like a kind of a closed-minded kind of person, but with any kind of new commercial radio, I could honestly care less when it when it comes to a lot of that stuff. I just too much production and
Yeah, no doubt.
kind of that kind of thing. I just feel like the mid-century music was the golden era of music because it allowed the artist to breathe a little bit.
Right?
And it allowed the instruments to breathe, and it just kind of it's more human. It's
Yes.
you got to know how to play and sing, and you're capturing it in a take, not a collaboration of multiple takes
Yep.
on top of kind of synthetic instrumentation, and it's just
Absolutely.
All that. I guess they call it oldies, which is kind of it makes sense because it is older music.
Or
but,
classics.
that kind of music was very. That's something that anybody can make to an extent. You can sit down with an instrument, and I'm not very good on computers or anything, and you listen to kind of modern music, and that's a huge part of the music process now.
Absolutely. So tell me, you started playing guitar? Is that how this all started?
Like everybody else, I guess. I don't know. For some reason, the guitar is always it's so accessible. I feel.
Yeah,
it's like the first thing anybody dives into, and I guess coming from around here, we got where Gibson was from here and stuff. So
Yep.
Many guitars go around, and like I said, at first, when I have a band also who plays with me and records with me, and we're all from around here.
Okay. And their name is?
Caleb Stampfler, he's from Plainwell, and Avery Whitaker, he's from Shelbyville, Martin area. Ricky LeDuc, whose grandpa, Clyde LeDuc, used to play at Judy's Restaurant.
Oh, wow.
He was the organist.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
he was the drummer on our upcoming album.
Oh my gosh!
Now we have a new drummer named Jake Bartlett from Frankenmuth.
Oh my gosh! You really are keeping it local.
Yeah. That one was kind of accidental. We kind of since February we've been living in Nashville, Tennessee, because it's a kind of a music place, and that's where we recorded the album.
Right. So, what's the name of the band?
We were going by the Dying Breed for a while. It was Myron Elkins and the Dying Breed, because I always liked bands. That's kind of another, I guess, a classic or traditional kind of thing. You had like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Right.
I mean, it goes back for forever.
Yeah.
But the album will be coming out just under my name. I think it's for kind of legal reasons for the most part.
Oh,
but
okay.
I still love the band idea. I think the singer's not really all that without a really good band, and I always enjoy playing with the same people that I'm comfortable with, and they're not just hired guns or anything like that.
Absolutely. So how did this all happen? You started playing guitar, you got with your guys, and kind of created a sound, and then you traveled and did some stuff and then moved to Nashville?
Yeah, I would say it's about probably 80% luck and 5% stupidity, and then the other part is, I guess, hard work. But I right out of high school, I went to work in Kalamazoo as a welder.
Okay.
And I just kept my head down and was just super obsessed with music, and I was writing songs, and eventually I got some guys around who are mostly friends and family, and I started sharing the songs, and we would work out the songs, and like I said, I'll say it again, but we pulled a lot of influence from Cool 101's a lot of people you play, and like the Guess Who, or Blood, Sweat, and Tears, like I said, and all those guys, and eventually we were playing locally, but we played a few shows down in Nashville where these days a lot of the music's coming from, and we got picked up by Elektra Records.
Wow, when was that? That's crazy.
Yeah, we just got super lucky, and we were able to cut an album in RCA Studio A, the kind of it's a music studio down there, and they it was very surreal because Jolene by Dolly Parton was cut there.
Oh man!
Amos Moses by Jerry Reed was cut there. Waylon cut there.
Right.
So it was surreal, and I actually right down the hall, Steve Cropper has an office in RCA Studios down there.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
We never got to meet him. He was the man who played on multiple soul records like Sam and Dave and
yeah.
Otis.
Wow, that is
he's
amazing.
He's just kind of the Stax guy. And Booker T and the MGs, he's part of that.
Wow.
So it was very surreal, just kind of, we're all super young, and we were just kind of down there trying to make an album, and we're surrounded by all this history,
Oh my gosh.
It was a lot, but...
So, okay, so you got an album coming out in January, right?
Yeah, yep, January 13th.
Oh my gosh. And then I hear that one of your songs is featured on Yellowstone, the series?
Yep, yeah, I think, I'm not sure how the connection was made, but we got, contacted about, they played two songs. One of the songs was very quiet. The other song was kind of more prominent.
Uh-huh.
It was just kind of a luck thing. They ended up digging the album and wanted to play some songs, and it's really helped us a lot, just kind of, get the name out there.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Yeah, I read that the Yellowstone, the 6th episode or something like that, and you're in that. And which songs are they, do you know?
The first song on there is called Wrong Side of the River.
Mm-hmm.
And the second song, the more prominent song, is called Factories, Farms, and Amphetamines. It's about just kind of growing up around Allegan County.
Wow. Okay. So, wow. So do you like performing more or composing more?
Oh, it's 100% composing. I've never really... I don't do well with nerves. I got, really bad stage fright, and I found myself enjoying it here and there, but most of the time I just love creating and listening to music because not as much pressure and just kind of gets the wheels turning in a better way than it would if I was kind of being put on the spot or trying to deliver a kind of a, it always seems so final when you're in front of an audience.
Exactly. I know it's tough. It's tough, but I'm sure it's a lot easier when you have all your friends behind you, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's another reason why I try to keep friends and family kind of around, just because it just would seem really odd without that. And again, all the people I love, like CCR or the band,
mm-hmm.
or all them guys that I look up to, they all kind of had that thing going for them as well.
Very smart, man. How old are you, Myron?
22.
Oh my gosh, what a wise! You just have kind of an old soul that you get the classics, you get the history, and you appreciate it instead of just going, I got this. It's great that you're, getting some influence from history. That is just amazing. Good for you.
Yeah, well, I think it's really just something I kind of didn't really even have to develop too much. It was just kind of, when I heard a good song, that was a good song. And then when most of these great songs that I was hearing was from that kind of mid-century era, and
mm-hmm.
I had no really other choice. And I just had to kind of study that stuff. And I fell in love with the kind of rock and soul stuff like Delaney and Bonnie and just kind of all of the I guess more traditional American music.
Yeah, for sure. Now I've been in radio for years and years and years, up in Grand Rapids, down in Indy, all over Michigan, and I have interviewed folks from, Jim Croce's son. I just interviewed a couple weeks ago, and Elton John and Neil Diamond and all those guys. And there's one one question I always ask the musicians, and I always find it fascinating to hear what their answer is. And here's the question. What was the first record album you had?
So I would say this is going to be an odd answer because I always tell everybody that I'm an Elvis kid because I loved Elvis Presley.
Uh-huh.
But I would say the first record that I ever got super duper into was the second Beatles album.
Oh, really? Wow. Now, do you have...
I remember, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I could tell you the name of the second Beatles album. I think it's called Meet the Beatles. It might be.
Boy,
it has
I don't
all
know.
their faces on it. And a line.
I think you're right. I think that's it.
It had Take My Hand and all that kind of more, I guess it'd be poppy Beatles if you wanted to call it that.
Right.
But I remember I sat in my room. We found all these records kind of laying out in a shed at my cousin's house, and I think like Pink Floyd was in there. Cinderella from the 80s was in there.
Oh my gosh.
But that second Beatles album was the one where I was I don't know why, I just turned that on a lot. And I guess I kind of liked older pop music because on top of that album, I always loved the Jackson 5 a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So it's probably the second Beatles album. I listen to it just constantly. I don't know why. Like I said, I'm an Elvis kid. I always loved Elvis Presley.
Mm-hmm.
And, but yeah, it'd be the second Beatles album.
You know, especially if you have like older siblings that might be a musical influence as far as your tastes go. Do you have older siblings or are you the oldest?
No, I'm an only child, but I just have a really close older cousin.
Okay.
And for the most part, I would follow a lot of the stuff he followed, but eventually I kind of broke off completely. I was kind of a rock and roll kid at some point with all the kind of early or late 70s, like AC/DC and all the, kind of, I guess it'd be almost the death rattle of crunchy guitar.
Yeah.
Right before the hair stuff came, and then grunge, and then
I
would declare the death of rock and roll after that. But
I don't know. Mellencamp does a good job of kind of what you're talking about. He brings in the old, historical kind of influences in some of his music.
Yeah, I've never dove into Mellencamp too much, but you could correct me if I'm wrong. It's kind of like folk rock. Am I correct?
Sort of, yeah. He's got a couple songs that are very like ROCK in the USA is very kind of 60s influenced sure. And being Midwest, I mean, you could maybe relate to, some of what he's talking about and some of his stuff. But, yeah, he's kind of got his own unique thing going, though.
Yeah, okay. So another guy that was huge for us was all of our influences seemed to be from the South. Like Wilson Pickett,
right.
James Brown, all these crazy artists, the Allman Brothers, all these just very soulful kind of thing. They're all from the South, but we ended up diving into Bob Seger.
Detroit.
And his early stuff was so like the Bob Seger system.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh.
It was so driving and just kind of had all that James Brown kind of soul stuff, and it's rock, and I feel like Bob Seger gave us a rite to passage because we kind of always felt the kind of, I guess we would call it the imposter syndrome kind of thing.
Right.
And we're like, oh, wait a minute, though. Bob Seger, he's kind of like us, where he dug all this rock and soul stuff, and he was a Midwestern guy also. So.
Yeah, for sure. Now, did I hear you were up in Traverse City this summer?
Yep, yeah. We played a little show in a little bar that I can't remember the name of. But I was given the opportunity to open for ZZ Top.
You're kidding.
acoustically, which really scared me because
Wow.
to perform acoustically is kind of a more vulnerable thing. And then they told me it was for an hour that I had to open.
What?
I was like, oh man. But it all went really well.
Oh my gosh.
And anytime I can kind of get even close to a legend like Billy Gibbons and Frank Beard and
Oh my gosh.
Dusty
Right?
Hill's past, but
Yeah.
just to kind of be on the bill with those guys. And then the cool thing about the older acts are you get to meet the team that's around them, who, for the most part, has been with them for a while also, and they always got the stories and something you can kind of pick up. And to be honest with you, I think all this music that I loved was stolen from somebody at some point in time, and I know stolen's kind of a nasty word, but
Borrowed.
borrowed. There you go. Yeah, that's what I always have my eyes out for, and my ears.
Right.
Just kind of listening for something I can borrow, or
Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes,
and
right?
to be out with somebody like ZZ Top or something. Just you just watch his fingers and watch his mannerisms, everything.
Yeah. My husband
and you're
is
just
a
like-
guitar player and has been in bands since he was like 12. And we went to the Eric Clapton Guitar Festival.
Oh yes.
When all of those guys played, it was amazing. I mean, like
Yeah.
Jeff
yeah.
Beck
And, you know,
and
a lot of
Allman.
those guys were getting it from Chuck Berry and
Yeah.
Bo Diddley, and
Yep.
some of them Django Reinhardt. You know,
Yeah.
like just they had to work a lot harder to figure out where they were going to borrow from.
Yeah, right?
But I feel like us guitar players and rockers love Eric Clapton and Billy Gibbons and
Yep.
all these guys because they did all the heavy lifting for us, and then we just got to figure out what they're doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, did I hear are you going to be up at the intersection in Grand Rapids at some point?
Yeah, we're having a album release party at the intersection. I believe it's on the day of release, January 13th.
Oh my gosh, what
That'll
a
be our
great
first
place.
show that we've headlined at the intersection. It's kind of so we're just trying to get as many people out as we can. But if you like, I guess traditional rock and soul kind of music, that'd be the place to be if you know.
For sure. Now, you got a website and can folks pre-order the album?
Yep. We got a website up. We have you can pre-order the album, but right now all we have is CDs, and looks like CDs are kind of going away. But we'll have vinyl in May.
Oh man,
which
that's
I'm really
awesome.
excited about.
Yes, absolutely.
Which it'll be so weird to, see like this is my vinyl, because I feel like vinyl's the best kind of physical form of music that
Absolutely.
has ever been kind of
Yeah.
developed, because you get to hold it and look at it, and,
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. Now, so do you know the website, or should I look it up myself?
just Myron Elkins.
Oh, okay.
.com.
Okay.
And then we're on Facebook and Instagram, just Myron Elkins Music.
Okay.
And then I believe if you want to kind of pre-order it, it's on Amazon.
All right.
But we're just we're just excited, and the whole goal of this thing is not to become superstars or anything. I just like touring the country,
Right.
and discovering new music's probably my kind of, that's the thing that really excites me.
Yeah.
My new stuff that I've just been diving in, like Delaney and Bonnie lately, and I've been really going back and listening to a lot of the band.
Mhm.
But just to kind of rediscover kind of music like that, it's kind of special. That's
Absolutely.
I feel like it's a good opportunity to be able to record our own music and kind of leave it behind, and hopefully one day somebody will pick up our album and kind of be like, wow, these guys were cool.
Absolutely. So is there like a theme to your album, or is it just like a collection at this point?
The theme, I guess, would be about home, because I didn't really have a tough upbringing, but I was just kind of introduced to stuff that kind of never made much sense to me. Like, I got a song about domestic violence, and the title track, Factories, Farms, and Amphetamines, is about kind of the cycle of what I saw growing up around here, you know.
Right.
So I would say the theme is a lot about home for this one.
That's fantastic.
And just kind of growing up in the Midwest during, I guess...
Crazy times.
Yeah, during crazy times. So,
yeah. Well,
that would be the theme, but it's very just cut and dry album. No crazy, like if you play it backwards or anything, you're not going to hear no secret messages.
oh, come on. Well, thank you so much, Myron. You spent so much time with us, and I am so excited to tell folks about you and your band, and hopefully we can get some folks up at the intersection. Good luck, and keep us posted on what's going on, and we're going to put this up on our Facebook page and put a link to your album and everything that's going on.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks for having me again, and I'll continue to listen.
Awesome. We will listen to you as well, Myron. Say hi to the band, and, you have a great time. We're so proud of you.
Will do.
We are so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.